Hello everyone, my name is Thara and today in this video I will be walking you through to the benefits of achieving Canada PR. So before we begin, let me just clarify that everyone who is traveling or landing in Canada is not a PR holder. A person who has been given the status of permanent residency through Canada immigration is called PR holder. Apart from that, if anyone is having a temporary visa, which is either it be a student visa or a tourist visa or a visitor visa, even a work permit, is not given the status of PR. Alright, so before we begin, let us just discuss quickly that how anyone can get the status of Canada PR. Alright, so there are multiple programs running in Canada which are helping multiple, it completely depends on the specifications and the requirements, eligibility criteria of the program, and also that which program suits you. But let me tell you that there are multiple programs running in Canada which can ultimately give you the final dream or final destination of which is holding the PR of Canada. Some of them would be you might have heard about them as well, which is famously known as Express Entry or Provincial Nominee Program, Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program, as well as you might have heard some heavy terms such as Federal Skilled Worker Program or Canadian Experience Class Program. So yes, these all programs are ultimately leading you towards Canada PR. Right? Okay, coming back to the topic, the benefits of Canada PR are multiple in terms of that the highest the highest status anyone can get as a foreign worker or as a foreign citizen is PR status, which can give you perks as much as of a citizen of Canada. So it's a semi-citizenship, you can say. Firstly, let me start with the liberty that PR holders have. So when you are having a PR status in Canada, you are not limited or bounded by anything much. As into that, if you are a person who wants to migrate to Canada for working, you can have a PR status and you can work full time. So it gives you, yes, a liberty to work full time in Canada, and you can also work 7 days a week, 24 hours a day if you wish to. So the liberty of working full time is included in PR. Second is, if you are a person who is willing to migrate to Canada for a higher education, if you are getting eligible, you can get PR and then continue or pursue your degree of choice there. And you will also get a benefit of paying local fees or national fees students, because majorly all colleges and all universities of Canada are basically subsidized for people who are holding PR as well as citizenship. The third and major benefit of holding PR is also for people who are willing to migrate to Canada and start up a business there. So whether you want to pursue further education, you want to start up a business in Canada, or you want to settle in Canada and work full time, PR should be actually your ultimate choice. Alright, so why is it called a semi-citizenship is also one point which you should notice, that there are two of the factors that are not included in PR status. One is that you cannot vote. You will not be able to vote the government or vote the candidate of your choice in Canada until and unless your status changes from PR to citizenship. And second is that you cannot apply in any of the designation or any of the posts which is going to be accessible towards the security of the nation. Apart from that, all the perks are being enjoyed and explored by PR holders. Right? Benefits such as, number one is social benefits. Now social benefits is actually two words, but when we speak about anyone who is migrating out of their country is looking forward for this term, that which all countries or what all countries are availing you with social security or social benefits is the country of choice of everyone who is willing to migrate, right? So let's talk briefly about what all social benefits include. So number one and topmost is healthcare. Now in Canada, Healthcare system is 100% government funded, which means that all your medical expenses will be endured by government and funded by government. Next is job security. Job security, to elaborate this point, could be that it's not something that you cannot be fired from your job or laid off from the job. But in case if you face any such scenarios, then Government of Canada would help you and support you during this scenario, as well as they will support you and help you in attaining the next job. Next would be high quality of education. Okay, this high quality of education is not only the best education available globally. In Canada actually comes under the top 10 countries where the highest quality of education is available, but also that it is 100% government funded. So if you have children who are studying under 12th grade, then they will be also exploring this benefit. Next would be safety. If we talk about the crime rate in Canada, the safest countries to live upon, which is top 10 countries to live, the safest countries in the world if we calculate, then Canada ranks 6th among those countries. So the crime rate is extremely low in Canada, because not only the Canadian citizens are very law abiding citizens, but the tolerance for crime in Canada is 0%. To name other few perks of having social benefits would be subsidies. There are a lot of government schemes that regularly run in Canada, which helps citizens as per the need of the hour. Next would be basic pension. Obviously, we all know that after a certain age, that would be 60 in Canada, all citizens and all PR holders enjoy and explore the benefits of pension. There are tax benefits for family. A family member more than 3 or 4 would be having the tax benefits compared to the nuclear families. Workers' compensation and unemployment insurance. Unemployment insurance means that if you do not have a job for a certain period of time in Canada, then government starts giving you allowances till the time you are able to find a job. That may be, or approximately maybe 60% of your last salary. Talking about the other benefits of having PR in Canada would be, number one, to highlight the elephant in the room, is that Canada is comparatively a very huge country. Huge country in terms of the area that it covers. And if we compare Canada with India, then the country can almost be 3 times the size of India. But when we talk about population of Canada, population is quite low. To compare it with India, let's say that if India is having 400 people per square kilometer, then in front of that Canada only has 4 people per square kilometer. This is the ratio where we can compare the population of Canada and the requirement of more immigrants in order to develop the country. Okay. The other benefit that you can also enjoy is that there is a ready ground for you available. So if you are planning to migrate to Canada, and once you land in Canada, there is a ready ground for you, because jobs are already there in Canada. Yes, jobs are only there for PR holders because Canada is focusing more on immigration rather than work permits or other programs. So if you are a PR holder and land in Canada, there will be multiple jobs available for you. Not only that, we all can agree that it is going to be a very different market for you. So if let's say that I am migrating to Canada, then whatever I have learned or whatever I have explored so far when it comes to overall experience and overall market that I have learned to deal with is going to be very different. So Canada has also organized multiple immigration programs under which there are many courses available of and for different fields, whereas it is possible for you to learn and equip yourself with the surroundings that you're going to work in. So let's say that if I'm an accountant and I'm migrating to Canada, then I will through these courses I will be well equipped with the rules and regulations of accountancy that is being followed in Canada. That was just an example, right? Next is that it's a highly you can get highly subsidized university education as well. So we talked about the education, the government funded education till 12th grade. So after 12th grade, your children or you yourself, if you want, you will be getting subsidized university education. So if I am migrating to Canada as a PR holder and I wish to pursue a master's degree in Canada, then I would be paying fees that would be already subsidized. It will not be as high as for a foreign student who is traveling to Canada for this education purpose. So comparison to the average university fees, it's going to be very, very low. Opportunities for sectors, let's say that it also strikes a lot of people that, you know, if we go to Canada, then whether the jobs are available for us or not. And a lot of people have questioned that what all sectors are available. So let me say that, you know, as I said earlier, Canada is a huge nation in terms of size. So it is blessed with ample of natural resources that they can explore. So whether it be oil and gas industries or whether it be mechanical, civil, the development is going on in Canada tremendously. So all sectors, you can start from plumber to carpenter to trade skill workers to manager levels to business entrepreneurs, you name it, and Canada needs it. So opportunity for all the sectors are open in Canada. There is one more benefit that is not very familiar. I mean, people are not very familiar with it. But business people who are actually migrating to Canada has this as a big attraction. That there is a policy of NAFTA, which is NAFTA, which is North America Free Trade. That if you open a business in Canada, so number one benefit that you get is that there is a lot of support that you get from Canadian government in order to start up the business. Not only that, but also that when you open a business in Canada, you can do the trading across Northern America, which includes the other two countries apart from Canada, which would be USA and Mexico, also called Mexico. So the trade is completely available there. And last but not the least, it actually represents the principles and the belief system of Canada that there are paternal and maternal leaves available. So paternal and maternity leaves are available for both parents basically. So because Canada gives immense value to family, they give leaves of up to 12 months to mother and father both. So let's say that if when you have a baby in Canada, mother can take 12 months leave and then the father can request for the same, and they both will get 12 months leave to take care of the child. So that helps new parents immensely by being just available for their child. That's it from my side today. Thank you so much for watching.